as much as anyone else that there's been some grumbling about the butterfly keyboard design, and I think the phrase you used earlier was a lot of people really like it, but it wasn't a hit with everyone, and you wanted to do something that had, would it be fair to say, have broader appeal? Maybe?
Yeah, maybe that was more universally loved.
Sure.
We found that, we've done extensive research with internally at Apple. Our engineering teams have looked very closely at this question of what it is that makes for an amazing typing experience. And this was a very long and thorough investigation. And we looked at things like, the mechanoreceptors on your fingertips. What felt like a satisfying key buckle to that sensor on your fingertip, which is actually called a Pacinian corpuscle. We looked at, keyboard acoustics. What are some of the sounds that are pleasing to the ear and are also pleasing to your neighbor because they're not necessarily benefiting from you typing, but they have to potentially hear what you're typing at the same time.
Right. This is a keyboard that will probably be used in a public space, and you have to keep that in mind.
Right.
Too.
Or at home, and maybe there's someone sleeping next to you when you're working.
It's a public space of a sort, right?
Yeah, maybe
you're going to bug somebody else with
Absolutely. We thought about delivering a satisfying and comfortable typing experience and bringing all the knowledge we had from various keyboards, including, of course, the Magic Keyboard that ships with iMac Pro that is, very well loved. We then refined the design to adapt it to a great notebook typing experience. For example, the mechanism locks into the keycap, allowing for a very stable key feel, and the travel is now 1 millimeter. And we think customers are going to just love it.
Right. So that's more travel than was on the Butterfly design.
That's right. Yeah, the Butterfly has closer to 0.55 key travel.
So it's interesting when you talk about the sound and acoustic modeling and all of that. Definitely the sense I've gotten is over the last few years, actually, having so many people talk about keyboards on laptops, is this is not something you can quantify in the same way as gigahertz or processor cores or gigabytes or terabytes of storage or of RAM or anything like that. There's a little more art to it in terms of like how humans respond to sound or feel.
Absolutely.
Or like, does the sound a keyboard makes really matter in terms of the typing? No, and yet, yes. Exactly.
When you think about this question of what makes for a satisfying typing experience, it's sort of about what users believe is satisfying. It's informed by things like their past experience and convention and expectation. It's not necessarily a technical answer. It's not about efficiency of the keyboard. It's about what people like. So there's a combination of, technical precision as well as the art